Good morning, everyone. I am Jen. Welcome to today's workout, Strong and Steady. Let's start getting warmed up and we'll talk about what our format is today. So let's start with our gentle arm circles, focusing on the movement of our shoulder blades and the stillness of our torso seated in our folding chair. Good, change directions. For today's workout, I have my folding chair. I have kind of an assortment of dumbbells that I might use, some lighter and some heavier. Okay, now big circles, one arm at a time. And then I have my riser, my step that I will step on. Today's format, we have 6 movements that we're gonna do, and most of them are multi-joint movements. So we're going to be active and busy, and we're going to do a circuit incorporating all 6 exercises, but layering in 1 exercise at a time. So the first circuit will be 30 seconds of just the first movement. The second circuit will be a minute, 30 seconds of the first and 30 seconds of the second, and so on, gradually building up until we have added in all 6 exercises. And then what we do is we start peeling layers off of it. Okay, so we end up with the very last one. All right, so hopefully as I hinge here, we'll remember all the ones in the order that we add on and stop doing movements as we get to the end of our pyramid. Okay, hopefully your hamstrings and glutes are warmed up. Give me genie arms and we'll do some body weight squats. Good. All right, so for our first movement, our first 30 seconds, we have our steps. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna carry some dumbbells. We're gonna add a load as we step up onto the riser, okay? Now, we're not gonna do anything with our arms. We're just gonna step up on the riser. And we want to imagine that we're stepping up into the same footprints every single time. Now, I like to incorporate a knee thrust as I get to the top, and then I just alternate my footwork, thrust and back down, and I end up thrusting each knee every other time, okay? So let's go ahead and position yourself in front. You have hold of the dumbbells, whatever weight that you choose, and you're in a nice neutral spine, belly button and shoulders are back. Okay, make sure you firmly plant that foot on the riser. Ready, steady, go. Step, thrust, and down. Step, thrust, and down. Good, and I'm picking a spot in front of my field of vision so I can focus on stepping in the same footprints every time, carrying this weight in my core and my lats. Good, okay. That was round 1. Now we can take a pause. In round 2, we're gonna add another exercise. So the next one that will get appended on is the bent over tricep kickback. Okay, ready, steady, let's go. We have 30 seconds of the same one, and then we'll, as we step down, we'll add in that tricep kickback. Again, pick that focal point. I like to exhale as I float my knee up. Helps me think about keeping that area in my core nice and still. Give me one more knee thrust. Okay, feet on the ground, elbows back, and kick back. And kick back. Nice and slow. As you straighten your arms, slow down. As you lower the weight, slow down. We're not swinging them out there, we're controlling them. One more. Good, okay, rise. Excellent, okay. All right, now we're gonna add in one more. We're gonna do a chair squat to a front raise. So we'll sit in the chair, rise, and then raise the dumbbells out in front of us. Okay, you ready? Starting at the top, ready, steady, let's go. Step up with the knee thrust, then bent over tricep kickbacks. Good. Okay, feet on the ground, hinge forward, tricep kickbacks, go. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Good. Couple more, think neutral spine. Last one. Okay, find the chair now. Arms dangling at your side. We're gonna come to standing and then raise those arms straight out in front. Ready, steady, go. Exhale, and raise, lower. Now the nice thing about going slow like this is you can focus on good form. Now I am doing it with thumbs up. So I'm helping to work my chest, taking that weight away from my center of gravity. Good, and we're done. Okay, nice job. Now, we're gonna add one more exercise. Okay, so adding on, we're gonna do a standing oblique crunch. Okay, so we won't use dumbbells for that, all right? We'll use a chair as needed, but if you don't need, we'll go ahead and do our alternating sides. Okay, so you ready? We're in front of the dumbbell, or in front of the stairs. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Step and step. Good. Excellent work. Imagine that you're drawing that knee up, using your obliques and your core. All right, get your feet planted. Bent over tricep kickbacks. Ready, begin. Excellent. Don't let the weight swing your arms, control the weight. Good, okay, return to your chair. All right, chair squat to front raise. Ready, steady, and go. Make sure your feet are positioned such away from the chair that you're activating, dragging your heels into the ground to initiate your rise. Not a rocking motion and not from your knees. Good, one more. Excellent, okay, dumbbells down. Now here we are. If you need your chair, position yourself beside it, but otherwise let's use our balance. Okay, ready? Hands are at our ears. Ready, steady, go. Oblique crunch, alternating. Armpit to hip is pulling. Balancing your weight over that standing single leg. Picking that focal point and having a steady gaze. Three, two, and one. Good, okay. Excellent work. Whew. All right, so that was 4. All right, now we're gonna add exercise 5. Okay, exercise 5 is elbow squeeze to shoulder press. You knew I'd have to get some shoulder and chest work in yet, so there you have it. Elbow squeeze to shoulder press. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start at the top, 30 seconds, starting with these step ups. Ready, steady, and go. Up, and alternate. I'm planting that whole foot on the step. Conscious of the tension in my lats. This is called a loaded carry. One more. Okay, good. Now we're off the step. We're gonna hinge down, draw your elbows to your side, tricep kickback. You got it. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're back to the chair squats. So sit down. Arms are at your side. Initiate from your heels. Ready? Exhale, rise and raise out front. Now make sure you don't lock your knees out. Think about using your core as your shock absorber. Good. A second exhale if you need it. As you exhale and rise, grab a breath and exhale as you raise and lower. One more. Good, okay, dumbbells down. Oblique crunch. Hands behind your ears, ready, steady, go. Alternating. Feel that armpit to hip pulling, shortening to drag the knee up. Good, I can see you're all using your own balance without chairs and sticks. That's excellent. Be steady in the belly button. Three, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Okay, now we have elbow squeeze to shoulder press. So we'll take this from a seated position. Okay, on your sits bones, make sure your knees are forward, legs in parallel. Elbows forward, ready, steady, squeeze, open, and press. Good work. This is the one that's the toughie of the group. The more you squeeze and contract through the chest, the better the work, the more challenging it is. So don't give up on that part. Last one. And press. Good, and lower with control. All right, how is your heart rate? Okay, we have one more to add on, and then we're at the top of the pyramid. Okay, we're gonna add on a lateral lunge. Okay, so we can use the chair and play peekaboo around it if you want. You can grasp one dumbbell by the ears and do a lunge this way so you have a load. It's entirely up to you. Okay, but we're starting off at the top with dumbbells in hand. Spine is neutral, belly button in. You ready? Steady and go. Let's step and thrust. Good, nice and smooth. Try not to overthink it. Good, 5 more seconds. Good, okay, return to earth. All right, hinge forward with those dumbbells. Arms are down, draw the elbows to your rib cage and extend for those kickbacks. Nice and slow. As you exhale, belly button to spine. Three, two, and one. Lower with control, reverse your hinge, have a seat. Okay, chair squats to front raise. Ready, steady, dig those heels in, let's go. And front raise, slow on that front raise. "30 seconds goes by fast. With this thumb up position, we get chest work in, as well as shoulder work. Good, and have a seat. Set your dumbbells down. Standing oblique crunch, so hands at your ears. Ready, steady, let's go. Alternating, knee to elbow. Good work. Now focus on staying nice and tall. You don't have to get your knee as close to your elbow as I am. All right, elbow squeeze to press. Have a seat, find your sit bones. Get your dumbbells, curl them up in front of your chest. Lift the elbows, squeeze, open and press. Good, guiding principle here. Neutral spine, core engaged. Good work. Excellent. Okay, now we have lateral lunge, and that's the last one. And we're at the top of the mountain, of the pyramid. Okay, I'm gonna grab a dumbbell and I'm gonna have my elbows locked in to my ribs. Okay, all right, we're gonna lunge to the side. Ready, steady, go. And I'm gonna keep this weight locked into my core. You should focus on the lengthening of your adductors, your inner thighs, and then pushing off that bent leg to come back to standing. Good, okay, dumbbell down. You are at the top. Get a little slurpee of water. We'll take a tiny break here before we work our way back down. All right, so hopefully we're covering off a lot of bases in terms of muscle groups here. You guys are feeling good and warm by now. All right, so we're gonna do one more round at the top of the mountain, okay? We're gonna do everything and then work our way back down, okay? So let's hit it, all right? So we're gonna start, let's move backwards this time. So we'll start with the lateral lunges and work our way back, all right? So we'll drop off one thing at the end every time. So grab the dumbbell you wanna be using for your lateral lunges again. I gotta make sure my play area is clean. All right, so we're gonna go backwards, lateral lunge to elbow squeeze to press. All right, you ready? Steady, let's go. 30 seconds, easy work. Remember, you're exhaling into your core. Strong and stable. If you don't have weights, you can have hands on your hips. Hands out front like genie arms. One more. Perfect. All right, elbow squeeze to press. Get the dumbbells you want to use for that. And have a seat. Legs in parallel. Elbows out. Squeeze, open, and press. Working our way back down the mountain. We're just on the plateau right now. One more, squeeze, open, and press. Dumbbells down, standing oblique crunches. Okay, hands at your ears. Ready, steady. So I was gonna say before that the important part about this guy, number one is balance. I'm asking you to balance on one leg. So you should feel a subtle shift in your center of gravity over that standing leg. Perfect. Then you want to feel that tug from armpit to hip, or hip to armpit, as it were. Your knee does not have to come up as high as mine. Last one. Okay, chair squat to front raise. All right, reach for those dumbbells again. Have a seat, dumbbells down, heels are away, right? Under the knees, dig them into the ground. Ready, steady, go. Squat and raise and lower and sit. The key thought here is heels. I want you to activate hamstrings and glutes to rise, not grip in your quads. Heavy heels. Good, and lower with control. Now let's come to standing. We have bent over tricep kickbacks. Exhale as you hinge. Draw the elbows up and kick back with control. Good. Excellent work. One more rep. Lower with control and rise. And here we go. Step ups, ready, steady, and go. And knee thrust. This is your last round of step ups with the knee thrust for today. Make it great. Strong in the lats. Gaze forward, neutral spine, belly button in. Make sure your knee is rising straight up. Don't let it cross your body. Good. Give me 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Woohoo! Guess what? No more of those for the rest of the day. Okay, lateral lunges. So now we have 5 exercises. Okay, so you can be sneaking in a drink now here as I straighten up my playroom. All right, okay, back to the top, lateral lunges. Okay, I have my dumbbell at my chest, elbows in, lats are loaded, belly button in, ready, steady, let's go. You guys know me well enough by now. I like to not take a lot of chances. So when we do work like this, I like the weight to be toward our center of gravity, not away. One more. Perfect. Okay, elbow squeeze to press. Find your chair. All right, ready? All right, curl it on up and let's go. Squeeze, open and press. Good. Squeeze, open and press. Contract through the chest. 5 more seconds. Excellent. Lower those dumbbells with control. Set them off to the side. Come to standing. Hands at your ears. Ready, steady. Let's go. Oblique crunch. Good. Now it's not just lats to obliques. Ideally, your glutes are working here too. Helping to pull that leg up. Good balance, stay with it. Good, last one. Okay, excellent. Chair squat to front raise. Find those dumbbells again. All right. Ready? Dumbbells hanging at your sides. Get those heels ready to dig in and go. And raise, lower with control and sit. Excellent work. Only excellent work here. No rushing, no 100 reps in this chair squat series. You might only get 4 or 5 in, and that's perfectly okay. All right, bent over tricep kickback. Ready, standing. Exhale as you hinge forward into a neutral spine. Draw those elbows up to your ribs and begin. 2. Nice and easy tricep kickbacks. Keep the tension out of your neck. Gaze down. The hardest part in this is keeping a neutral neck. We always want to look up. Elbows into your ribs. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, and that was the last time we're going to do tricep kickbacks today. Okay, what's up next? Grab a drink if you need it. Lateral lunges. Okay, position your dumbbells in a safe way. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 exercises, okay? So that means 2 minutes, 2 minutes. All right, so here I have my dumbbell. I'm ready for my lateral lunges. At my chest, elbows in. Ready, steady, let's go. Push off that outside leg. Then you can imagine that your core is helping to pull you up. Last one. Good, elbow squeeze to shoulder press. Okay, back to the chair. All right, seated position, knees forward and elbows forward. Ready, steady, squeeze, open and press. Good. Keep your belly button in and rib cage closed. Excellent work. Perfect stillness. That's why we sit, so we can analyze our form. Lower those dumbbells with control. Okay. Standing oblique crunches. Ready. All right, back to standing. Hands at our ears. Ready, steady, let's go. Hopefully by this time, you've really dialed it in on your obliques. And your single leg balance. 10 more seconds. Perfect. Okay. Back to your dumbbells. Last set of chair squat to front raise. All right, arms are at your side. Grab that quick breath. Inhale, exhale. All right, let's go. Squat to raise. And back down. And sit. Exhale, heels. Now, if for some reason this doesn't feel good to your shoulders, you can do this to a bicep curl. So squat to raise and use a bicep curl, or if you need to alternate because your shoulders are just getting tired. Good. Okay, excellent. Chair squat to front raise, down. All right, so here we go. We have 3 things left. Lateral lunges, elbow squeeze to press, standing oblique crunch. Okay, ready? Minute and a half, steady. Let's go. Good work. Excellent. There's a ton of core in this exercise. So if you take your stance a little bit narrower, it'll be a little bit easier. Don't drop as deeply. All right, good. Elbow squeeze to press. Or you could obviously also put the dumbbells down. Okay. All right, seated, parallel lines, arms at my side with the dumbbells. I'm gonna bicep curl into the front, lifting my elbows. Ready? Squeeze, open and press. Squeeze, open and press. Press, squeeze, open and press. Press, squeeze, open and press. One more, squeeze, open and press. Good, lower the dumbbells with control. Last round of standing oblique crunches. All right, now probably holding your hands at your ears, you can feel your shoulders, all right? So breathe energy into them, you got it. Ready, steady, let's go. Crunch and crunch. Just try and release tension out of your shoulders. If you can visualize some nice warm shower pounding at those muscles and the relaxation you would be feeling if you were there right now. Let your imagination take over. Three, two, get the most out of it. One. All right, woohoo. All done with those. All right, get a drink if you need to. It's very quick. We only have a round of 2 exercises and then a round of 1. All right, so lateral lunges. I have my dumbbell, my good friend, orange dumbbell at my chest, elbows in. Okay, you ready? Inhale and exhale as you go out and up. So as I was saying, we get this point in the workout and maybe some of your muscles are feeling some fatigue. So you can use tricks like slowing down your repetitions, but also not going as deeply into your lunge, setting your dumbbell down, focusing on that push off. Excellent. Okay, one last set of elbow squeeze to press. All right, find your parallel lines. Knees are pointed forward, elbows are forward. Ready, steady, go. Contract through the chest. This is the last round of this work. One more repetition, ready? Squeeze, open, and press. All right, lower those dumbbells with control. And we're on our last 30 seconds. Okay, so take a breath. Remind yourself you got it. You are strong and powerful, whatever that personal mantra is for you. You can do it. You have 30 seconds of work and then we're on the mat. Ready, steady, let's go. Seconds down. Five seconds, let's go, finish strong. Good, and you're done. Whew, nice work. Get a drink of water and then clear a space on your floor. We'll go into our Mat Pilates. Okay, being mindful of how you get to the floor, right? Do you get through a hinge and a walkout, or do you get there through a half kneel? Okay, reaching down, lowering your hips to the ground, and then finding your way onto your back with palms at your side. Good. Now find that your knees are pointed up at the ceiling. Okay, now I'm gonna take off my shoes really quick. If you like, I'd like you to take your shoes off as well because we're gonna start with some hamstring work. Okay, so right now my knees are toward the ceiling, my feet are on the ground, And I'm gonna imagine that I'm laying on a beach somewhere and I'm finding my imprint in the sand on a beach. What a great idea. My husband would want a nice shady beach, but that's beside the point. Okay, now with my right leg, I'm gonna imagine that I wanna dig a furrow in the sand with my right leg. So I'm gonna lift my toes and wiggle them just a little bit. And as I exhale, I'm gonna slowly push that right heel out, visualizing the lengthening of that hamstring until my right leg is all the way extended on the mat. And then I'm gonna exhale and draw it back in, contracting through that hamstring. Okay, let's do that a couple of times. Extending and contracting. Now you should be hearing me exhale, reminding you that with every movement, we've prepared our core with a good exhale. And that exhale is the sound of our pelvic floor lifting, our transverse wrapping, and our rib cage closing, all in one sequential movement and breath. Good, let's switch to the left leg. Exhale, and the left heel digs a furrow. Exhale, and return it. Now, if you can, I want you to think about as you do this, that your leg is just a free weight for your hamstring. Okay, I know that part is kind of hard, but make your quad dead, make your hamstring do all the work. And one more. Exhale, draw it back up. Good. Okay, return your palms to the mat. And I want you to go through just this little exhaling warm up. Deeply exhaling. Contracting through your low abs, zipping the rib cage, but keeping that nice little space in your low back. Imagine that someone's gonna set like an anvil on your belly, like Wile E. Coyote is gonna sneak into your house. One more, contracting as deeply as you can, but maintaining your neutral. Good, now we're gonna go into our bridge, our spinal articulation warm up. So making sure those legs remain in parallel, wiggle your toes, heels are heavy. Inhaling and exhaling, your heels begin to get heavy. Your belly wraps so tightly that it's pulling your pelvis off the ground, starting from your tailbone. Continuing up through your sacrum and pelvis, palms are pushing through the ground as you continue to rise up all the way to your decline, this new neutral, feeling the weight of everything in your hamstrings and glutes. And then softening through the chest, allowing your spine to work its way one vertebrae at a time back down the mat. Good, let's go one more. Exhale, work your way up the bridge, one vertebrae at a time. Heavy heels, transverse wrapping all the way to the top and back down, one vertebrae at a time. Okay, so now your low belly should be warmed up. Let's revisit our leg work. Okay, so we're gonna dig that furrow in the sand. We're on the sandy beach again, okay? Right leg, exhale, extend, pushing a furrow into the ground until it's all the way lengthened onto the mat. Now, we're gonna exhale into a heavy belly and pull that straight leg up. So it's over your hip, okay? Then bend at the knee and exhale and lower it back down to the ground. Let's repeat that with the right leg. Exhale, extend using the hamstring. Then exhale, heavy belly, protect that low back as you pull that straight leg off the mat. And then bend at the knee so that leg's in chair. And then exhale as you lower the leg back down, okay? Let's go through that with the left leg now. Exhale, dig a furrow. Okay, exhale, heavy belly, straight legs pulled up over the hip. Then bend over the knee, right angle, and then exhale as you lower that leg to the ground. Let's repeat that. Okay, now I'm not going to cue you. We're going to go through that same work with the mindset being you're working from a neutral spine throughout. You're not going to press your low back into the mat, okay? Exhale, hamstring extension. Exhale, leg lift. Exhale, fold. And exhale, return the foot to the ground. Left leg. Hamstring extension. Exhale, leg lift. Fold to a right angle and return. Okay, now the tough part, and I don't know if you want to try and do this, let's start here, is we're going to exhale and bring both legs up into chair. Okay, exhale, one leg floats over the hip, and exhale, the other floats over the hip. Okay, now we're going to maintain one leg off the ground and the other's going to go through that windmill. Okay, palms down. All right, so let's start with the right leg. Exhale, lower that leg all the way to the ground. Then hamstring extension. Then leg lift. Oh, and then fold. Good. Left side. Lower the leg. Hamstring extension. Leg lift over hip. And then fold. Okay, nice and precise. Continue exhaling throughout. Exhale, lower. Exhale, hamstring extension. Exhale, leg lift. Exhale, fold to a right angle and switch. Make sure you're exhaling with every bit of movement, even if you're exhaling through two. It can be a nice long exhale. Let's do one more on each side. And then back to my left. Exhale, exhale, extend. Exhale, leg lift. And exhale, right angle. Now I'm going to lower both legs to the mat. Good, and give your low belly, and hopefully you're feeling it in that low belly, in the below the belly button, above the pubic bone region. That's where we're targeting and getting that activation consistent and working. Okay, now let's give that low belly a little break and let's warm up our lats. So let's extend our fingertips toward the ceiling, right over our chest, so our palms are facing each other. Okay, now we're working through our lats, if you remember. So as we squeeze and exhale, we're drawing our pinkies toward our hips. And then they're just going to rise back up, passing over our body again, but keeping that tension in your lats. And you're only going to go so far as your lats will allow, keeping that tension. So right now, I'm about at my eye line. And I'm going to exhale and draw them back. Now, I do not want my back to arch as I go through this. I want to keep that tension and keep my low belly engaged. Keep my rib cage closed. Good. Feel your shoulder blades into the mat. As your fingers are working their way towards your knees, I want you to think about concentrating your energy in your pinky and ring fingers to light up your lats. Good. Now let's go ahead and place your fingers by your ears. Okay, and I want you to get your elbows in your peripheral so you can see them, and draw the soles of your feet together and let your knees hang open if you can do this comfortably, so that you're in this butterfly position. All right, now your elbows are in your peripheral, our hands are at our ears. You're going to exhale and contract lightly, drawing your armpits towards your hips, and float your head and tops of shoulders off the mat. Find the weight of your head heavy in your hands. Now we're going to exhale and deeply contract through low belly, zipping the ribs, and float your head even higher, rounding slightly. And then lower, not all the way to the ground, but just to the head floating. And exhale and contract and round. And return. So these are kind of like mini crunches, folks. But very mini. I want you to think right now about pulling from your lats towards your hips. And contracting low belly and rectus abdominis to hold in your crunch, that rounded position, and return. Continue if you can, 2 or 3 more. Finding all these muscle groups that are working to support this movement, this rounding of the spine. I don't like to call it a crunch because it's a lot more than that. Good, and then lower your head with control, lower your palms back down to the mat. So the goal through that exercise is to work through some rounding of the spine, as I mentioned, and creating that solid framework to support your spine. Lift it off the mat in that rounded position, not just with your belly muscles, but also with the lateral muscles, helping to pull you up from the sides to support that. Okay, let's go ahead and draw our knees together. Good. And then draw one knee at a time into your chest. Good. Good. Now let's come back to that first knee. And instead of a bent knee, let's let that heel go toward the ceiling. Clasp your hands behind your hips. And then draw the knee towards your chest, keeping your pelvis on the ground, creating a little bit of stretch in your hamstring. Good. And return the right leg to the ground. And let's move to the left leg, clasping the hands behind the knee. Heels toward the ceiling, pelvis is down on the ground. All right, good. Return that leg to the ground, roll to the side, and push your torso up. All right, good job today. I enjoyed having you guys. I feel like we never have enough time to get through as much of the Pilates segment as I want to, but thanks for joining me. I'll see you Thursday. Bye.